The Terra Luna Classic community just received some major news that we need to talk about. Spoiler, we will never be the same now that we have this happening. All right, let's just get straight into it. Zaradar tweeted this out just about an hour ago. You can see I decided to withdraw my offer entirely. This is in regards to this L1 task force proposal for Q2. The risk/reward is simply not worth it anymore. I wish you all the best, and I'm sure others will keep working towards a better future for LUNC. So this is making it pretty clear he is no longer willing to work on the L1 task force, and it also seems like he's not willing to work in the Terra Luna Classic community at all. Now, there are two tweet responses that provide some extra insight into what's going on here. Someone said, I understand you. It's just that a bunch of people who have nothing to do in their lives and spent hours in AMAs to spread drama, thinking that's how they will save the chain. And he said in response to that, well, these people attack me in cyberspace every day, haunt me in email boxes, slander and lie about me on Twitter. Imagine what would happen to me if Q1 had not been a stellar success in regards to the Q1 dev work that the L1 task force did, which did present and complete the vast majority, if not all, of the tasks outlined in their original funding proposal. So he's saying if they ran into problems and were able to complete that, imagine how crazy it would be in that scenario. He's already getting all of these attacks, all of these things coming at him, even when they did what they were supposed to do. By the way, if you appreciate this reporting, make sure you guys subscribe down below so you don't miss out on more critical Terra Luna Classic updates. Because the problem here is that people in the Terra Luna Classic community tend to look at the price. They look at the price and they go, well, what are you as the developers doing for the price? Because on a 90-day price chart over the past quarter, they can go ahead and take a look at this and see, well, the price is going down. And people conclude then, well, the L1 dev team is not doing what they're supposed to do. But the problem with this is that in reality, all the work that they had outlined for Q1 was work going on behind the scenes. This is work that you're building out the infrastructure. That way in the future, you can see massive price explosions when things build upon that infrastructure. But just like a house, you can't build a house without a foundation. But just because you're building the foundation doesn't mean that you're not doing anything to help build the house. But the problem is that people judge based off the fact that they looked and they said, we don't see a house, so therefore you're not doing your job. In addition to that, someone asked, if Terra Grants gets funded by Binance and Ed Kim asks you to join, will you be joining the team? This is regarding articles like this that came out saying that Terra Luna Classic could receive $5 million in funding from Binance because apparently the Terra Grants Foundation applied for funding, and there's a probability, we're unsure as to how high of a probability, but there's a probability here that they could actually get this funding from Binance, which would help enable the Terra Luna Classic community do so much more dev work. And so this person asking this question is referring to that going on, that funding that we could get from Binance. And Zaradar replies very straightforward, no, working for the TGF as a contractor has been a mess at best. And so it seems very clear that Zaradar is not wanting anything to do with Terra Luna Classic development or being involved in the Terra Luna Classic community anymore due to the risk that it presents to him, due to the hassle it presents to him, and just due to all the attacks he keeps receiving, which means that this proposal for the joint L1 task force Q2 is probably not going to pass. I don't see people passing it, especially since it allocates such a significant budget to Zaradar, who is no longer going to be working on the team. So this proposal is probably not going to be passed. You can see we have about 1 day left after that, but it does seem like LUNC Burnt Army and some of the other devs who originally outlined in this proposal are going to come up with a alternative proposal, a new proposal, and push that forward to the community after receiving community feedback. That's a big one. A lot of people in the community have been very upset that they did not receive and make any changes due to community feedback. So they're going to try and do that in the future, as they've obviously learned just going ahead and trying to push things through is not working for them. And we also have alternative proposals. For example, we have an idea right here from Faux Luna. There's another one from Rabbi. There's a couple different ideas, 4 different L1 task force proposals. So we do have a couple options going forward, but as the Terra Luna Classic community, we need to act upon these proposals. We need to actually do something to try and make our future better than what it looks right now. Because right now, we don't know who is going to be our dev team going forward. We need to work as a community, make sure that we get a good dev team, and that we can make sure that going forward, we resolve some of these issues that we've seen over the past couple of months. So we are definitely entering into uncertain times for Terra Luna Classic, but this is by far not the end of Terra Luna Classic. We have so much opportunity going forward. We just need to work together and make it happen. And if you got value out of this video, you might also enjoy this video up here. So why don't you go check that out, and I'll catch you on the next one.